Hello darlings, and welcome to the recap video of the Princess Half Marathon 2015. I know this is coming out a little bit later, but I will tell you guys why. First of all, I got injured on the race, which I'll talk about, and on the way up to going to the race, I got this insane flu cold, and I ran with that, and I am just now kind of getting over it. You can still kind of hear a little bit of like my nasal congestion, but this is probably like one of the worst colds I've ever had. I was gonna drink out of my Cinderella mug, but it's dirty. So, you know, I had to do something Disney. And I hope that you guys like all of my pink that I'm rocking. My hair, I have recently dyed my hair pink. I'm wearing my pink lipstick, and then of course, my princess shirt. So this is one of the shirts that they give you at the expo. If you do the Princess Half Marathon. I filmed very few things while I was actually at the, in Orlando at the expo during the race and all that, partially because I couldn't talk. I was so under the weather. I like didn't even feel good. Like the magic didn't hit me. And I really wanted to kind of be there in the moment, because if I wouldn't have been, then I would not have been at all. Because I was just literally in like cuckoo land. But here it is. I hope that you enjoy it. There's some kind of line, I'm not quite sure. It's probably a photo op. We took a picture with Snow White. She was adorable. And I think that's it. I'm just gonna keep recording so that you guys can see. See what we got here. Oh, there's the footmen. There we are. Okay, here we go. Into this giant koozie thing. There they are. The footmen. How cute are they? All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, girl. Here we go. So that's what I got. Like I said, it wasn't a whole lot of footage, but as you can see, it was pretty awesome. The whole weekend was really exciting. I did what was called the Glass Slipper Challenge, and I said in my video last year, and I'll link that below, that I wanted to do the Glass Slipper Challenge this year, and let me tell you, it was definitely a challenge. It was the most unbelievably hard thing that I've ever done in my life. It was incredible how difficult it was. I woke up on Friday morning and I had the worst sore throat ever. Me and Bryce and Jack, my friend Jack who ran with us, we went up to Orlando, and the first thing we did was hit the expo. So like Florida decided that this, you know, frozen weekend for the princess race was actually going to be a frozen weekend, because let me tell you, it was so unseasonably cold. I think that on Friday for the 5K, I'm pretty sure it was like 30 degrees. And then for my race, it was like 40. It was unbelievable. Thank God on Sunday it warmed up quite a bit for the princess. It was perfect. We got up there and it really wasn't, I knew what to expect going in. So I was like, this isn't gonna be so bad, it's not gonna be so packed. And the way that they did it was pretty cool. So if you were in the glass slipper challenge, you kind of went off to the left when you went to do packet pickup, and they had you take a picture with your bib. You got like your shirt and everything right there. Then we went into the expo. And like I said, I had prepared myself. I knew that that was gonna be a busy expo. We decided to go to the official Disney merchandise because I really wanted official Disney merchandise. So we ended up getting that, and then we kind of hit different places. We ended up going to Raw Threads last, and I knew that it was going to be cold. And if you guys watched my video for what I was going to wear, that is not what I wore. I didn't even like stick to those outfits because of how unseasonably cold it was. I am more of a fashion over function kind of girl, but my husband is very function over fashion. So he was like, you have to stay warm. You cannot go out in shorts and a sports bra. It's not gonna happen. I went to Raw Threads because they used to have like Star Wars shirts, and I wanted to see if they had like a Star Wars long sleeve or anything like that. I heard my name. Someone said, Sarah, and I turned around, and there are a lot of people named Sarah, so you know, whatever. And she said, you don't know me, my name is Shelly, and I'm one of your subscribers. And I couldn't even believe it, you guys. I have never met one of you, like unless you're a subscriber and like I know you personally and I love you personally. If I've like, there are people that I've never met, and it blew my mind. The picture, I'll insert a picture here. So this is me and Shelly, and let me tell you, I look like a freaking crazy person because I was so excited to meet her. She was probably like, wow, she's really energetic. So hi Shelly, if you're watching. I ended up I was like mooning over this moment. I like kind of cried a little like later in the day because of it, and it was really, really amazing. So that was kind of the end of our expo journey, and I felt awful. I mean, I was just like, I have the flu. I don't know what's going on. I just felt really terrible, and I knew my 10K was in the morning. So we had gone to Mall of Millennia, and I went to Lush. And if you've never been to Lush, let's just talk about Lush. Lush is like rainbows, butterflies, and bubbles, like all in one little bubble bar. It's like the greatest thing ever. They have like bath bombs, and they have bubble bars, which is like solid bubble bath, and they're like in crazy colors and smells and whatever. And so I was like, I want to get one that's gonna make me go to sleep because I don't feel good. We ended up going out to eat, and then we went back to the hotel, and I took like a really beautiful bath in like this like lavender dream bubble bath. We went to bed. I woke up for my 10K on Saturday, and I thought I had gotten punched in the face. I remember looking at Bryce being like, I don't know if I can do this. And he was like, well, you have to do it. You have to. On my sparkle skirt with like long leggings because it was so cold, I put on my Elsa shirt and then my Rapunzel Raw Threads like hoodie over that, and I just did it. Y'all, I just did it. I did not feel good. I had a tissue in my like sleeve the whole time, but I went, and the run was really cool. You like go through Epcot, and it was like during the sunrise and all that kind of stuff. So I finished, and it like felt like so good to finish that race. I was like, yes. And it was kind of fun because it was only 6 miles, and I'm like, 6 miles, that's like nothing. Hashtag runner's life. And I ended up falling asleep from like 9 a.m. to like 1 p.m. And when I woke up, I felt much better. I went to Downtown Disney. We went to Sweet Tomatoes, and then we came back. And we came back to the hotel, and it was me, Jack, and Bryce, and we just kind of, you know, relaxed and whatever. And Jack was getting nervous because it was her first half, and I was like, you're gonna be fine, it's gonna be great. We ended up going to bed and waking up the next morning, and again, I didn't feel really good, but I was like, I'm gonna do this. But my hamstrings and my IT band were so tight. I was so tight. If you could have seen me, I had my whole right side of my body just like taped up everywhere with KT tape. And we left and we went. Now, me and Jack and Dave were in the same corral. We were in Corral I. Dave left because Dave runs a very fast mile. And then me and Jack kind of ran like the first half of the mile together. And then we kind of split apart. So I did that, me and Jack did that whole race like by ourselves. And everything was really good. You know, going into the Magic Kingdom is so wonderful. It's really magical. You like go through, you know, downtown, you go through Main Street and you go through the castle, and it's like such a beautiful experience. And I really wanted to have someone to share that with. And I was like, you know what, we should have stayed together, because it's just such a wonderful experience to do something with someone. I went, and then the sun kind of started coming up and it started to get really, really hot. And my right leg started to just feel really tight. And about mile 9, so let's talk about mile 9. Mile 9 is like not a nice mile. It is the mile that you are like, holy moly, I've got 4 miles left. I have done 9 miles and I feel like I am going to collapse. Mile 9 is that like roadblock for me. And at mile 9, I was like, nope, I'm not doing it, because I felt this, like, it wasn't a snap, but it was just like pain in my hamstring where I could not run. I barely could walk. I was doing like a 15-minute mile and I was like,
I'm gonna get picked up and I'm not gonna finish this. I'm not gonna get my glass slipper and life is gonna be so sad.
I ended up just really honestly, I felt really defeated. So I would run for like 10 seconds and walk for like 20 seconds and run for 10 seconds and walk for 20 seconds, and I did that all the way to mile 10. Mile 10 happened, and when mile 10 happens, there's so many cheers because it's like you have a 5K left really, and that's it, and you're done. So mile 10 happened, and mile 10, if you've ever done the Princess or like the Walt Disney Marathon, and if you haven't but you're going to, literally, it like, this thing like slopes. You get this like cool, like slope. It's a ramp, and it goes around, and then it kind of stays slanted like the whole time, and then it's like hills, and then it goes again all the way into mile 12. So like miles 10 through 12 are like brutal. And then you get to mile 12, and when I got to mile 12, Bryce was waiting for me, and it was so nice, and I went up to him and I started crying, and I'm like, I hurt myself, I can't run, I am in pain, I don't want to walk, I want to run. And he's like, you just need to finish, you need to get through that finish line. So they love to put marathon photo people right at mile 12, which makes sense because mile 13 is like where you cross the finish line. But that's like the worst place to put them for me at this moment, because I'm like, I can't run. So I'm just walking, and I look real pissed off because I am pissed off that I got hurt and I'm walking. So all my pictures are really funny. I'm just like, I think there's one where I'm like, like I'm not even, this is really funny. So I'm walking around, and I kind of know, I've done it before, so I know where to end and go. And then you see like the gospel choir that they have, and I'm like, okay, I have to start running once I get around this bend, because this is where the finish line is. So you see all the people, and it's like a pretty good stretch where you would run. And I was in so much pain, and I'm like, I don't care. And when I crossed over, if you take a look, I don't know if any of you have ever watched the video that Run Disney put out where you can see the people going over the finish line, but the announcer yells my name, and he's like, Sara Mueller, welcome home. And once he said that, I was like, yes, I am almost there.
No balloon lady is gonna stop me. No one can pick me up.
I go over the little ramp, and then Shake It Off by Taylor Swift came on, and I was like, this is my jam. And I went through that finish line, and I'm like, ah. And I had to go get my glass slipper medal, and the lady that was like checking my glass slipper medal looked at my picture from the expo and then looked at me, and she didn't like believe it was me. And I mean, okay guys, I was like really hungry, I was hurt, I wanted to see my husband, and I was like ready to jump over there and be like, girl, do you need me to take my phone out so that you can see a picture of me from that day? I was wearing my extensions, I had on makeup and lipstick and like false eyelashes, and right now I just ran 13 miles and I am a swollen mess. I swell really bad when I run. So I was like, I am a swollen mess. Do you really not think that's me? I got my glass slipper, to say the least. Got the bag of food and the banana, went out, and it was good, it was done. And then Jack came a little bit after, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I remember persevering through that, and when I say it was a challenge, guys, I am not a quitter. I don't quit things, I don't like doing that. I almost quit like 4 times during that race. I was like, I don't want to do this. And then I kept thinking about you guys, and I kept thinking about Lily and Bryce, and I'm like, okay, Mama's gonna do this, and Mama has to like drag herself across that finish line. It's gonna happen. So it did happen, and I want to show you guys my medals. So first of all, so here's the first medal. This is the 10K. It's the Enchanted 10K, and I'm really excited about these medals. Everything that, like this glass slipper especially, is all Frozen themed, so I don't think it'll look like this next year, but it's got like the snowflake on it and the pink band, and that fits on like this. So I know you guys like totally can't probably see it, but there it is. And then here is the half marathon medal, and it looks just like the one last year, except this one is silver, which is kind of fun, and it does have this little band down here that says the date of the race, and that one didn't have that last year. And then this band is purple, and it goes on like this. I'm like a real big clanky mess when I get all of them. And so this is my prize medal right now. My two favorite medals are my first half marathon medal, because that would be the first half marathon I ever ran. And then this baby is what I worked for. This is I got hurt really bad and I still did it. This is the glass slipper one, and it is so pretty. This is the second year that they've done that, and I think they're gonna do it next year, and I know that I'm definitely gonna do it next year. I didn't think I was going to, but I know now what I need to train for, and it's like a learning experience each time I go. I feel like I'm in better shape than I've ever been, but not good enough, I guess. Yay! So here they all are, and I love them. Do it for the bling, y'all. Do it for the bling. But it's such a good feeling to really know that like it was accomplished. I wanted to talk to you guys. I said I met a couple darlings when I was there. So one at the expo, I met one at the 10K, and what was awesome is that when I met one of you guys, it was so weird. It was like you knew my name, and that was amazing. I always say that we are like a big family, and it just felt like family, like I had known you and you guys know me and all that kind of stuff. On Sunday before the half, I was sitting talking to Courtney, and Courtney is a darling that I had met and I've gotten in contact with, and she's so sweet. Her first half, and I've been trying to encourage her and just be that source of like light in her training, because it's really difficult doing it for the first time. It's so awesome to get to meet her. I was talking to her and I hear, oh my gosh, it's Sara. And I like look around and I don't know who it is. I'm thinking it could be like someone that I knew like in my childhood. And it was the sweetest lady. And she comes up and she's like, you don't know who I am, and I don't even know if I ever caught your name, which is awful, but hi if you're watching, I love you. She was telling her daughters, she had her two daughters I think, and she's like, this is the girl I was telling you about. She's like, you don't know me, but I watch your videos, and I'm not even a subscriber because I don't know how to do that, but I just watch your videos, and you're the reason why I'm here, because of what you said inspired me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And we ended up taking a picture together, and she's like thank you, and her daughters were like, thank you for what you're doing. I cannot tell you how I felt after that conversation. It was so amazing, and honestly it blows my mind, and it's so unfathomable to me that there are you guys that are watching out there who I just absolutely love and care for, and you watch me through your phone or your computer or your iPad or wherever, and we have this connection where when I started this journey, I started RunDarling to just change one person's life. If I could change one person's life or give them the inspiration that it doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, what body type you have, you can set your mind to something and you can go out there and you can change your life. And to meet someone that said, I'm doing this because you inspired me when I watched your video, blew my mind. And it makes me just so like warm on the inside. I know that sounds like so cheesy, but you guys are going out there and you're kicking butt and you're taking names, and you know that it doesn't matter who you are. If you would have told me 4 years ago that I would be doing this, that I would be recording videos, putting them on YouTube, talking about running half marathons, running 19 miles, I would have been like, you are smoking some good stuff because you are crazy. When it happened, when I decided, you know what, no more, I'm not gonna live this lifestyle where I can't fit into my pants, where I feel bad about myself, where I have a daughter who is a female growing up in a society where you have to look a certain way, and if you don't, you're gonna get told that you are not okay. I'm done feeling that way. I'm done talking bad about my body. And when I went out there and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this, and I ended up losing the weight and setting my sights on the, you know, the Disney Princess Half Marathon 2014. When I decided to make RunDarling, I never would have ever thought that I would have this many people watching. I would have never thought that I would meet you guys at a race, and it is the coolest thing ever. You guys are so special. Whoever you are watching this, you are so special, and you have so much right with you. And I am so thankful that you are watching this. I am so thankful that you guys give me motivation to do this, and that you want to come up to me and say hi, because I mean, we are a family. We're a family. I hope that we can meet at a Disney race. We're gonna do the Wine and Dine half in November, and we're gonna have a meetup. I'm just gonna be like, this is where the meetup is. Y'all are gonna come out, and if you don't want to, that's okay. Let's be this community of people who positively lifts up each other. This community of people who encourages others. Like, one person would encourage another person in the day. Imagine the ripple effect that that could have. And I hope that while you're watching, you are being encouraged, because you can do whatever you want. I love you guys so much. I love you so much. And I just want to say thank you for watching these videos and for being in the Darling family, because you mean a lot to me. And I'm so excited that I got to meet a few of you. One that I really wanted to meet was Cheryl. So hi Cheryl, if you're watching, I'm so sorry we didn't get to meet. Me and Cheryl have been communicating. Cheryl's been a subscriber since I first started, and our schedules were like all kinds of crazy, but she has a daughter. Hi Grace, and she is like adorable. Cheryl's like kick butt. She's going to California to do a Disney marathon, Disneyland marathon, and she's gonna get her coast to coast medal, and I'm so excited for her. I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching, and please, please, if you're in Orlando during that time, if you guys are doing the Wine and Dine half, let's like all get together so that we can just, you know, love on each other. Please encourage someone today, because everybody needs a little encouragement. Everybody needs a little sparkle in their life. If I had glitter, I'd throw it. And I love you guys very much. I'm going to say that over and over again, because I don't think the world hears it enough, honestly. And I will see you in my next video. And I'm going to be doing a shoe review, and I'm going to be just kind of talking to you guys. I have like some things I want to say out to the world. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Run, darling, run. I'll talk to you later. Bye.